and gentlemen, the action continues from the historic King's Theater. This is Broadway Boxing, live from Brooklyn. This contest is scheduled for 4 rounds in the junior featherweight division. Brought to you by Tabella Entertainment and Uprising Promotions in association with the Real Deal Boxing and Fists of Legends. And presented by Nissan of Queens, Optics, Azad Watches, Christo's Steakhouse, Gallardi Insurance, Venom, Medical Arts Radiology, Norwinds of Brooklyn, Guantanamera of Queens. The judges for this contest are Mark Cosentino, Anthony Lundy, and John McKay, and the referee in charge of the action at the sound of the bell is Arthur Mercanti. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 121.4 pounds. He's a veteran of 3 pro bouts with 1 win, coming by way of knockout. Wearing black with yellow and representing Ensenada, Baja California, Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, Carlos Ramires. His undefeated opponent fights out of the red corner. He weighed in at 119.6 pounds. As a professional, he has 3 bouts, 3 victories, 2 coming by way of knockout. Wearing black with gold and white and hailing from Brooklyn, New York with his roots to Yemen. Please welcome Khalid Yargov-Tuaidi.
Good evening, gentlemen. We went over the rules earlier tonight. I expect you to obey these rules. Let's have a nice, clean fight. Punch glove. Good luck to the both of them.
And once again, ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, please check your cell phones and turn that flash off. Thank you.
We are set to go. Khalid Tuaidi. Plenty of fans here in attendance taking on Carlos Ramires. Round 1 begins. It's Tuaidi in the black trimmed with gold.
And Ramires in the black trimmed with gold.
We'll go with more yellow, just for distinction's sake.
Yes, black with the yellow.
Khalid Tuaidi, you saw in the introductions, came to the ring, draped in the flag of Yemen. He's of Yemeni descent, much like Prince Nassim Hamed was.
And Saddam Ali.
Saddam Ali as well.
When Tuaidi won the Daily News Golden Gloves about 4 years ago, Saddam asked me if he can drape him with the Golden Glove chain, and I allowed him.
We've seen Khalid Tuaidi on Broadway Boxing before, back in May in Connecticut. He scored a 3rd-round knockout over Joseph Cole. A high-energy fighter. He has one in front of him as well, and Carlos Ramires, who isn't afraid to take chances.
And he shouldn't. As I said in the teletape, he's heavier, he's older, so he should be a little bit more physically mature. So he should be aggressive and trying to rough up Tuaidi.
Ramires was stopped in the first 2 fights of his professional
Start
career.
off with a rough start.
Yeah.
Yep. And both his losses have been by KO, which you allude to the first 2 fights. So he has 1 win, 1 knockout, 2 losses, both by knockout. He is yet to go the distance.
Have seen Tuaidi go the distance. Right now we see the real differential in hand speed in the early going, Brian.
And this is one of those fights to me where Tuaidi's just going to have to box, put his combinations together. The knockout, if it's going to come, is just going to come naturally. He's not going to be able to land a hard power shot and get a knockout. Like he's trying now. Just let your hands go, let it flow.
Well, his nickname is Pure Gold, but that doesn't mean he has to be looking to strike gold with every shot he throws. Tuaidi misses over the top of the left hook. back to the body with a jab.
I like the jab by Twice. He seems to throw a little bit more. And I like the fact that Ramires, when he gets inside or he gets in a danger zone, he stays low.
Ramires has been pretty defensively responsible here. He hasn't had a whole lot of luck offensively, but he hasn't given Twighty too many open looks. Round one comes to a close.
Laughing, relaxing, enjoying himself in between rounds.
And not a whole lot of concern in the Twighty corner right now. Round two begins. Twighty again showing that hand speed off.
And that's when he should come out. Just come out throwing combinations. And Ramires, again, I like the approach Ramires is taking. You know, keep a tight guard, be aggressive.
Ramires misses with an overhand right. Twighty tries to come back with a jab. Shot to the body from Twighty, digs that left hand downstairs. A lot more movement from Twighty here in the second round. Triples up with that left hook. That last one lands right on the belt line once more. Pot shots with the right hand. Twighty starting to find his rhythm.
Well, put them together. I don't like the 1 or 1-2 shots. I want to see 4 and 5. Because the third, fourth, and fifth punch is going to land clean. So, more than 1 and 2. Again, Ramires defensively responsible. Stand low, not getting hit too clean with anything.
Well, and that's where that combination punching will come into play. Because you have to get Ramires to move his hands from home right now because he's not going to.
So it will become a numbers game. As long as you throw punches, he's going to stay defensive. When he tries to come out of that defensive posture, the fifth and sixth punch will land.
He doubles up with that left hook, now comes back. 3, 4, 5 unanswered punches now. Twighty digs downstairs.
But what does Ramires do? Push him off?
Big left hook from Twighty.
Ramires is just being aggressive.
And you're right, Brian. Just by picking up the tempo, you force Ramires into making mistakes.
Yes. He's looking for you to stop punching after 2. His movement is just forward. Look at Ramires, just forward. Watch when Twighty punch. Ramires covers up and anticipating him to stop before he can punch.
Good right hand from Twighty.
Nice left hook to the body by Ramires.
Yeah, Ramires banging away as Twighty gets trapped on the ropes. But it's a right hand right at the bell from Twighty.
We see some action here in the last round. Twighty letting his hands go. Ramires is not being reckless defensively, keeping his defense tight, and nothing lands solid for Twighty, except that left hook there as he backs out But Ramires is very aggressive, moving forward. Occasionally he gets hit with a shot, but for the most part, defensively he's tight.
And we'd like to introduce the third member of our broadcast team here tonight, Dan Canobio. Dan, happy to have you here for the 15th anniversary of Broadway Boxing, first of all.
Yes, it's a grand night. I mean, we're in this palatial theater. It's starting to fill up right now. I'm going to be walking around the locker rooms, getting some interviews. I'm going to try to listen in the corners if they allow me. You know, I'm wearing a suit. Usually they don't allow guys like that to come over to the corners. But if I can get in there and get some insights, I will try to come back to you guys with some good stuff.
Well, usually if a guy in a suit goes to the corner, it's a bad sign. Usually means you're a
It's a
doctor.
doctor.
Yeah,
Listen,
exactly.
I come in peace. Listen, I went to school for 8 years, but I'm not a doctor.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us, Dan. We'll be checking back in with you very soon. He's not a doctor, but he is a boxing expert. We're going to hear from him throughout the evening here from the King's Theater. As round 3 rolls along here, Khalid Twaiti and Carlos Ramires.
You see, Ramires has tried to get that right hand going.
Now, Ramires starting to take some chances offensively here. I think he's realized that in a 4-round fight, at some point he needs to turn it on. Especially after that second round, which was absolutely dominated by Twaiti. Time is now for Ramires to at least be out here fighting for a draw or looking for the knockout.
And in the middle of the ring is where Twaiti needs to be, because then he can let those combinations go. I don't like the fact that he's loading up on a lot of those shots. I would like to see more of the rhythm flow of punches.
Double left hook from Twaiti, finishes downstairs.
And Twaiti have to stay strong mentally, because he's landing some nice shots. He's controlling the action. But Ramires is still in his face, moving forward.
One thing we haven't seen Twaiti do is try to counter Ramires. Now that Ramires is taking some chances, he is taking some steps in, we're seeing Twaiti step around, but we're not really seeing him follow up
Counter
on
off
that.
that, yes.
Final 30 seconds of round 3. Triple jab from Twaiti. Showing off that hand speed once more.
And he needs to be careful because he's overextending the left hook. And if Ramires is close enough, he could slip that left hook and come back with a nice right hand. But it's been the same thing round after round.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in Kings County, it's time to make some noise and show our appreciation for these two warriors. We head to round number 4, the 4th and final round.
See, with the black cap on in Twaiti corner, former IBF cruiserweight champ Leon and Cat Taylor.
Leon helped bring up Melissa St. Ville, who we'll see later on. St. Ville now training with Brian Cohen, taking on Myra Hernandez a little bit later on. You have to believe that Twitty has this one in the bank on the scorecards, provided that he could see the final bell. But Ramires starting to press a little bit more.
Yeah, having 3 rounds of nothing by the Twitty.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any other way to score this fight. But Ramires, as we mentioned, started to take a few more chances in the 3rd round, which could ultimately open things up for Twitty. Ramires catches those shots on the gloves.
And that was a case where Ramires shouldn't have backed up. Just stand your ground, especially the last round. Stand your ground and let punches go.
Ramires is going to need something drastic here. 3-punch combination from Ramires on the inside. Isn't able to follow it up.
He allows Twitty to punch his way out.
Good 3-punch combination from Twitty, and that might have affected Ramires for the first time in this fight. Doubles up with the left hook some more. Twitty starting to pour it on, and his fans start to come to their feet.
Oh, Twitty. Ramires just missed a big left hook.
Ramires starting to look a little more pensive about coming right at Twitty after that sequence.
Yeah, he's not moving forward now. But as I said earlier, I don't like clowning and showboating, because then you distract from your performance.
Might have popped in a few of those Prince Nassim tapes during training camp. Final 15 seconds of this contest. Huge left hook connects right on the chin, but Ramires walks through it.
Ramires is walking through these shots because I think Twitty's trying too hard.
Twitty pours it on, but it's not enough to get Ramires out of here. It is more than enough for sure to take the victory on the scorecards. Twitty's fans, well, they seem like they're satisfied. Well, we were concerned about the durability of Carlos Ramires, given that he had been stopped twice heading into this fight. That didn't turn out to be an issue whatsoever.
No, it didn't. You know, Twitty was able to land some shots. I think defensively, Ramires have learned from those 2 knockout losses, because defensively he was not bad tonight. He was never in any real danger.
One thing about Khalid Twitty, he's always going to bring energy into a fight. He's going to throw a lot of punches. The combinations look pretty when he throws them. I'm definitely excited to see Twitty's career evolve.
Yeah, he's certainly a young man that you would like to see the progression.
Looks like we are ready to make this one official. Let's send it up to our ring announcer, Mark Brado.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in Brooklyn, let's put our hands together for these 2 warriors laying it on the line here in the center of the ring and going the 4-round distance. We now go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges, Mark Constantino, Anthony Lundy, and John McKay, scored this one 40-36. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision and still undefeated, from Brooklyn, New York, to lead your goal, Toilet.
So no surprises, Khalid Toilet is golden in the win column. 4-0, 40-36 across the board, and really I think that was the only way you could have scored it, Brian.
Yeah, that's how I scored it, and I would have been shocked if it had been any other score.
But Khalid Toilet improves to 4-0. We're both very excited to see more of him as he continues to climb the ladder in the junior featherweight division. Khalid Toilet, your winner, here on Broadway Boxing.